Welcome to the UnChristian podcast in this happy new year 2023. Welcome back. We are so happy to be back. First episode of 2023. How you doing, Mbatha? How was your holiday?
My holiday was awesome.
I'm glad you're still on the podcast. Even in this new year.
Yeah. That's it. Happy New Year.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Compliments of this new season.
Absolutely. Thank you. You too, Mbatha.
I'm seeing you for the first time this year.
Yeah.
And you look good,
Thank you so
as
much.
usual.
Girl, stop. Don't make a black man blush. Looking great, Mbatha. I hope your holidays were restful as well.
They were, Mbatha. I went home, obviously.
Right.
Eastern Cape. I was with my family.
Awesome.
We went to KZN.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Which part of KZN?
They call it Kloof.
No, Kloof, yeah, because KZN is my home province. So,
oh, yes.
Of course, so yeah.
I was in your hood, gay.
Yeah,
I had my entire family, my parents, my siblings, their kids, their families. Those who are married, they were there with their husbands.
Yeah.
Everyone was there. So
positive.
it was an awesome time to end the year.
Yeah.
Because I was with them for New Year's. What do you call it? New Year's Eve.
Yeah.
And I started this year with my entire family.
It's amazing, man.
For me, it's like it set the pace.
Yes.
It ushered me.
Yeah.
To this 2023.
You feel that you are rested.
I am well rested.
Yeah. I was exhausted. That's end of 2022. I was exhausted. I realized I'd actually burnt out. When I look back, I had burnt out and nothing was working in my mind.
In your mind,
in my mind,
you know what I usually say to you about being a perfectionist?
Because you do say that.
I'm looking at you. I'm like, this guy works so hard and so much is happening.
Yeah.
Whereas because there's a certain way you wanted things to go, you should be kinder to yourself.
You know what? So many people are telling me I need to do that.
Yeah, you should.
Just in this few weeks.
So it's so many people
who have told me, except me.
It's about
and
time
I
that
need
changes.
to keep on telling myself. And that's something that we can talk about even today. Today at Wonders, we need to be kinder to ourselves.
Absolutely.
It doesn't help being kind to everybody in the whole world and your kids, your family, colleagues. But kindness begins right here. Self-love.
Absolutely.
We have to do better in that. We're at the beginning of the year, and I think it's time to look at how do we make this year a success?
How do we make this year a success?
How do we make 2023 a success? No one goes into a new season or anything new with a plan to fail. None of us listening here, as we're recording, we all want to succeed. So how our December is going to look like needs to start now. What are we deciding to do differently? What are we deciding to implement, to go for?
So we are talking New Year's resolutions.
Yes, we're talking New Year, new me.
New Year, I like that.
I
like that.
There has to be a difference between the way you got into a new year and the way you pumangai.
Absolutely.
There has to be.
Okay.
So
do you believe in New Year's resolutions? I guess you do.
I've stopped approaching New Year's resolutions in that way because I want to share something today that has changed my life. I shared it on another platform that I was speaking on, teaching. I am still reading and rereading a book called Atomic Habits by James Clear. And he talks about how small habit changes can have major results in our lives.
Beautiful.
And it's a book that's challenging me so much. Atomic Habits. Get it for yourself. I encourage for you to read it. You can get it even at Exclusive Books. That's where I got it, and all good stores, even online. And he in that book, he deals with the concept of setting goals. How we drive our lives or drive life change through setting of goals. And it doesn't work.
It doesn't work.
It doesn't work. And when he said it doesn't work, I looked at myself and I thought about it and I was like, is this guy really, is he telling the truth or is he talking nonsense? And I'm like, no, he's right.
He is right.
He's right.
Because according to statistics, over 80% of people who have resolutions for the new year, they don't achieve them.
Yeah.
We all start the year with all these
With
resolutions,
big resolutions,
to say, this is what I'm going to do, this is what I'm
Yeah,
going to change,
yeah,
this
yeah.
is... And within the very first 2 weeks of January, we've given up already. So I completely agree.
And I mean, I do have things that I want to achieve. Yeah, don't get wrong. I want to achieve certain things, but I'm not gonna. I'm not. I don't want to make goals and resolutions my driving force. Instead, this is what he teaches, and that's what I want to bring home today to all of us: is that
Yeah,
true life change begins at identity.
absolutely.
Don't say, "I want to do this," but say rather, "How can I be the person who does this?"
Oh, wow. That is powerful.
Nah,
Did you guys hear that?
Cabang. So
That is
so
powerful.
I'm running a business, right? So I can say to myself, I want X amount of money in the bank. No, that's the wrong way of approaching it. He teaches, decide to be, how do I be the person
Meaning you must
for whom
embody that person.
embody, right?
Be that
Be the
person.
person for whom a bank balance is X.
Oh, wow.
It means ukuthi umuntu owenzani, ophila kanjani. Who does this person associate themselves with? That's my focus now. Or that's what's driving my new year. Not the specific resolutions. I can have them, but I have got a lot of self-work to do.
Yes. Ooh. Yeah.
I'll be the first one to say it.
Yeah,
That's it.
because most times we have all these resolutions,
Yeah.
but we are not those people.
Yes.
And that is why we end up failing within the very
Exactly.
first week, as statistics
Imagine.
says. First week, you've given up.
Gone.
Nakemtase, I approached it. You've just given me something to ponder on.
Yeah.
In fact, something to do. It goes back to working on yourself. What
Yeah,
you say.
yeah.
The focus being you,
Yes.
rather than what you want to do.
Yes.
You being that person. If you're saying you want to save so that by the end of the year, I'm just making an
Yeah.
example, so that by the end of the year you have at least 500,000 in your bank
Yeah.
account.
Yeah.
How does a person with 500,000 behave?
What decision do they make? How do they? Mayivuka ekuseni wenzani?
Wenzani? Daily. You know, this one, yes, ingasebenza.
Yeah.
In fact, maningathi inga izosebenza.
Izosebenza.
Because when you become that person, it becomes easy, because every day there are certain habits, as you say, the book that you're reading, certain habits that you do that take you there.
Yes.
Slowly but surely are taking you there. Instead of being, it's like saying I want to lose weight.
Yeah.
I mean, losing weight, by the way, is the top of a lot
resolution.
To a lot of people out there.
Is it because of the damage we've done in December?
Part of others, they're saying, I want to be healthier.
Yeah.
And they start, I mean, gyms, they make a lot of money this time of the year.
Yeah.
So many people are taking membership. Everyone is like, I want to. And come 2 weeks down the line or 3 weeks down the line, they are not.
By Valentine's Day, those people don't go to gym anymore.
And they're like, I'll give December. They're saying this by March already. I'll give December the body. This is the summer body, whatever. I mean, I see so many people saying a lot of things to be okay with where they are, because they failed at what they planned to achieve beginning of the year.
Yeah.
Meaning inner work is key. Inner work is key. It's important that when you want to make a change, a big change in your life, it must start from within.
There's the self-work, inner work, internal engineering, whatever someone may call it. This is my biggest challenge.
Absolutely. And Mbatha, feeling you are deserving of that.
Yes.
You know, another thing is that by the end of the year, I want to have $1 million in my bank account.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not talking assets. I'm talking how much I want.
Yeah.
Just me saying that, this you can practice.
Yeah.
You already know if you believe you deserve it or not. Because there's already
in that moment of saying,
just in that moment,
all right,
there's already a voice right now. As I'm saying it, even now as I'm sitting here saying it, there's already a voice saying,
do you think you can?
Meaning, there's already a voice that has been there because I don't think I deserve it. But if you can change that, what you see about yourself, to say, I am deserving of this.
Yeah.
I am worth these changes that I want to bring.
It's in the believing that I deserve that you can channel your life.
Absolutely.
Yeah, in that. Because this is what drives is self-sabotage. It's an underlying feeling that I don't deserve.
Yeah.
Must be. So I want this, but then we do self-sabotage. We do certain things that abort
the mission.
The thing, abort the mission, abort the thing that we say we want to achieve or get, but we ourselves sabotage it. The underlying thing, root cause, is that we are harboring certain incorrect beliefs about ourselves. That behind every failure is an underlying negative and incorrect belief about ourselves.
And where does that come from?
Trauma. Trauma, Mbatha.
Childhood traumas, especially.
Can be childhood traumas. It can even be recent traumas.
Yeah, experience.
Just
that have put you in a position of being undeserving. You're not even aware. You're not even aware.
Words have been spoken against us.
Yeah.
And you're right. We're not even aware.
Mbatha, having, looking at this theme of today, this topic of today of New Year, New Me, and now discussing the issue of failing to achieve the things, I think also it's important that when you want to step into the working on yourself, it's also important to look back at what was the reason. What is it that I need to fix?
Yes.
Because sometimes we're not even aware of the things. You just said trauma. Do you know that there's a whole lot of people that are walking around with traumas and they're not even aware
it's trauma.
That they have traumas. But they keep failing in certain areas of their lives. They keep thinking that they're not deserving of certain things in their lives, simply because of those traumas. But they're not aware of those traumas.
Yeah. Abanye have accepted it as normal. Because it's all they know.
That is sad.
It's nurturing, it's environment, it's all you know. So it's become normal. So poverty has become normal. Struggling, failure, sickness. Once, the mind is something else. Whatever the mind is exposed to long enough, the mind accepts it as truth.
Yes. Yeah. That is why they say whatever you believe is true.
Yes.
If you believe you are not worthy of R1 million in your bank account,
you are right.
You are right. There's no arguing with that.
And if you believe you are deserving of it,
you're also right.
You're also right.
So which one is it going to be?
You decide.
You decide.
You decide.
I think that's the beauty of life, though. A new year offers. I think the reason why a lot of people want to bring changes in their lives in the new year, because it is within us as humans that. You're thinking to yourself, this is a new beginning, this is a new start. And therefore the excitement of the new year, the new season, you said, makes you look at yourself and start planning to say, you aspire for those things. You say, I want this, which is a good thing. Which is a good thing. But now we need to get to a point of saying, the last year, which is 2020, end of, when you started this year, no, not this year. We're in 2023. When you started 2022, what are those resolutions that you had for yourself?
Yes.
Did you achieve them? Of course, 99% of you did not achieve them. Now come back to yourself and say, what is the reason I did not achieve those things? Because trust you me, it will be yet another year, this 2023, where you've got resolutions and again, you don't achieve those things. Up until you said what? Take stock.
Yeah, take stock of it. Yeah, look back, analyze how far did I get in what I wanted to do, and one of the reasons why I stopped doing resolutions is that some resolutions are not a 1-year project.
Yes.
some are 2-year, 3-year. So I can't say in this year I want to achieve this. And then when the next year comes, I come up with something else. Wait, angagqiba. I've not finished. So some goals that we set in our lives are multi-year.
Yes.
So we need to be fair to ourselves, kind to ourselves.
Kind
like
to
you are
ourselves.
saying.
I want to take note of these things
Yeah.
you're saying, Dasi.
Yeah.
You first said inner work.
Inner work.
And then you said look into those childhood traumas and work
Yeah.
work at that.
Yeah.
Meaning seek counseling,
Yeah.
therapy.
Yeah.
You know, now you're saying
what did I say?
You should be kind to yourself.
Be kind to yourself. How you know that there are some voices that are speaking, like traumas that are speaking, is when you analyze self-conversations.
Okay.
You and I can have conversations, but how far I'm going to go in life is really determined by the conversations I have with myself.
With yourself.
What am I saying to me?
Oh, that's a very important conversation right there.
So in that is where I can get clues to say, as Marai, how I'm speaking to myself.
What I believe about myself.
Yeah. My self-talk, I call right. Then that gives you a clue, Uguti, you've got some traumas that are speaking.
And with so many voices around us, so many people thinking they know us or who we are, some negative, some positive. Some negative because you find someone who would tell that they'll never amount to anything, and someone may even believe that, and a person would make decisions in their lives based on what was once said, that you'll never amount to anything. And then there'll be somebody else who will believe in you and say, you know what, in you, Ndumiso, I see one of the greatest men in South Africa.
Yeah.
This is me talking to you now.
I'm listening. My God, yes, ma'am. Yes, I'm taking
this. That's a voice speaking to you.
Yeah.
I do believe that about you.
Thank you, Mbatha.
And somebody else had said something negative to you. It comes back to what you've just said. What do you now believe about yourself?
What am I going to say? Which conversation am I going to continue? When you said the words that you just said, you began a conversation with me. Someone else comes, they say something opposite. Now, the question is, which conversation am I going to continue?
With yourself
With
now?
myself now, yes.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
So what are we saying?
Yes.
The conversations that you are having with yourself, the beliefs that you have about yourself are key to you reaching your goals.
Absolutely. There is a level of mind rewiring that needs to take place if we are going to get to where we want to get. If someone wants, like you were saying, you want a net worth of $1 million,
only this year.
Only this year, you know, there is.
Get it right this year. Only
there is a wealth mentality. There is a millionaire mentality that you need to embody.
Absolutely, I love that.
You know, it means the way you carry yourself is gonna be wealth.
Even as I walk, as I take those strides, I should be thinking.
It's a different year. It's a different year. How you carry yourself, how you can't go beyond your mentality.
You cannot. Oh, there's so much power in our mind.
Yes.
In our mindset. Yes. That is why we must not neglect that. We should forever be working on ourselves, on our minds, and what we think of ourselves, because all these voices that are speaking have an influence, and you choose which one to take.
Yes. And so now, daily, we said we are producing habits.
Yeah.
So that's I think the fourth point we are mentioning.
Absolutely.
About producing good, productive, healthy habits.
Yes.
All right. But our habits also come from somewhere. They come from exposure. They come from, who we believe we are.
Yes.
And whatever. But it is our habits that are going to determine where we go, not our decisions.
Say that again, Mbatha. I don't think
it's our habits that are going to determine where and how far we go.
Yeah.
not our
Not our
intentions.
intentions, not our
Not
decisions.
our
Meaning,
intentions.
you may have New Year's resolutions,
Yeah.
but it boils down to your
Ukuthi,
everyday
what do you
habits.
do? Yeah. And it is who you are that produces the habits that are in line with this person.
So then, is it safe to say it is not just important to know who you are, but it is ultimate. It is of ultimate importance. Like it is the key
Yeah.
thing for you to know. It's like the foundation.
Yes.
Of how far you can go.
Yes, absolutely.
Starting from knowing
Identity.
Exactly.
Identity. Who you are, how you see yourself, how you project yourself in your mind. I mean, for you to speak language, millions, means that, number one, like you said, you've decided you are worthy.
Yes.
You've decided that you are going to employ another different work ethic
Absolutely.
this year.
And I'm no longer playing with the chickens.
You.
Angisadlali nabantu
Absolutely. That's a big one. That's the next point.
Because now it comes back to who do you associate with.
Plus, I learned something so powerful end of the year that shook me. We rise to the level of the expectations of the people in our social circles. We rise to the levels of the expectations of the people in our social circles. Wow. The people in our lives, what do they expect of you? You rise to it. So, I need to be with people who expect of me to treat my children well. I will rise to that expectation. I need to be with people who expect me to come out of debt.
And therefore you must
expect
mingle
me
with such
to run my business successfully. Expect me to dress well. You know, it's not that they are judging me or they are, what's the word? They are being unreasonable in my life. They are, it is a form of peer pressure. But when you're with a certain caliber of people, yes, you would like guys, guys, guys,
does it I once heard of an accountability partner.
Yeah.
There's a mentor, yes. Now an accountability partner. What you just said is that what it is, where you account, someone spoke of this accountability partner, and I thought to myself, for as long as I still need to account to when you don't trust yourself, I think it's something you can do when you've not yet reached that level when it comes to the things that you want to achieve.
I also think that everybody, no matter what level of success,
must have somebody
have an accountability partner.
Okay.
We all need an accountability partner.
Do you have one?
It's a good question.
Yeah.
Do you have someone who can ask you difficult questions?
Yeah. About the things that you said you're going to do. On that note, let me challenge us sitting here. And let's just have, out of, your resolutions for 2020, for this year.
Sure.
And I know mine. I want us to air just one. As they are watching and listening, they are going to be our accountability partners on just this one. It's a challenge.
Yeah.
I want you to say it. You can think it through if you want.
Yes. Let's see. We are putting ourselves on the spot.
Absolutely.
We are putting ourselves on the spot. And I think the one that I will... Oh, my goodness. Which one am I
before you do, let's speak on all of them. And then maybe you can pick up where there's because I noted them. Gives me a chance to have a look. Health related. Where people will talk of weight loss, others eating healthy. It's 80% of people.
Yeah.
The second one, it's financial related.
Right.
Some people may say, this year I want to save so much. I want to save the early stock fail or whatever the case may be. I want to get out of debt. I want to buy a car, but it's financial related.
Financially.
Yeah. I want to buy a home. It's about 35%. of people who
Yes.
have this one. And then it's a social goal,
Yeah.
which you've already mentioned, which is maybe you say, I want to spend more time with my partner or with my kids.
Yeah.
I want to stop drinking.
Yes.
If you know that you've got
The problem, yeah.
Yeah, I want to get a partner. I want to get married.
Yes.
You can see by my smile, but this one,
Hey!
ngiyayifuna le.
Contezai.
Akuna nto ezayo. I'm just-
We might be shooting a podcast episode at a wedding. I'm not sure. So born.
And you will.
Yeah.
You guys should come to my wedding.
No, it's gonna be nice.
But it's faith. Faith. I'm
talk.
a woman of faith. There will be clips here and there of my wedding on this podcast. We share bits and pieces of ourselves in this podcast. Yeah. So it's family related. That's a social one. And then it's mental health goals. You want to go for therapy.
Yeah.
You want to reduce social media time.
Yeah.
You want to practice boundaries.
Yes.
Oh, that one.
Hey,
Boundaries and so on and so forth and stuff like that. Oh, a bucket list.
Yeah.
This year, I want to achieve this.
This and that. Yeah.
So okay, there we go. I hope you're ready.
The one that I will put out there, I will lose 15 kilograms of weight.
Okay.
This is health. And number two.
Oh, he's choosing health.
Yeah. I'm going to lose 15 kgs. And then number two, I will be off sleeping medication.
Oh, you're giving us two.
Yeah, I'm giving
Big
you
ups to you.
Giving you two. I'll be off. My mental health is going to be so good to be at a point where I will no longer be on sleeping medication.
Amen. I love that.
I know.
Okay. That's okay.
Yeah. What's yours?
So you put that out there for so many people to. Okay.
Yeah.
Mine is I'm learning to swim this year.
Right. Awesome.
It has always been in my bucket list each year.
Okay.
This year I'm learning.
You must learn.
This year, around September, this podcast will be somewhere in a swimming pool, and I will show you guys.
You'll be in the water.
Right now, I cannot swim. But swimming,
it's coming.
So I've taken the bucket list.
Okay.
2023 is my year to learn to swim.
Awesome.
Yes.
Awesome. And let's do it in this.
We are doing it. I mean, we've got so many people we have to account to.
Yo, guys, so you have to remind us. We'll do an episode of how far are we? we have to.
Oh, let's not decide now when that will be.
Yeah, but we will have to do it. So because we have to come back and respond. But at the end of the day, we can't forget that it's not about the goal. It's about becoming the person for whom
the goal
this is natural to them.
Absolutely.
Umuntu othola ukuthi million is natural to them. It's they are a person that can. So kunama toxic traits. That's the next point. Toxic traits that we need to kill in our lives. All of
toxic
us.
Traits
toxic trait we need to kill. It could be for you. It could be late coming. Could be bad diet. You got bad sleep.
Patterns.
You bad spending. You're impulsive buyer. It could be something in relationships. Maybe you're not honest. It's a toxic trait. You're not an honest person in relationships. Whatever it may be. You've got poor work ethic. These are the toxic traits.
And the thing is, abantu umuntu uyazazi. Kuthiwa umuntu inkosi uzazi. Even umuntu knows into ba and don't accept such things about yourself where it becomes part of who you are. I akhonto engayithandi njengomuntu who owns to negativity. Umuntu athi hayi mna ndinje. Meaning it's now part of who they are. It's their identity.
This is how I
do not own up to anything
behavior.
Negative.
It can change.
Absolutely. That's the nice thing. I think that's the beauty of life.
It can change.
Knowing Indoba, hey, guys. I think I started enjoying life the day I realized that I can decide who I want to be.
Yes.
And become that person.
Yes.
The choice is
yours.
Is mine.
Yeah.
And everyone can do that.
Absolutely.
how beautiful is life though, Mbatha? Like when you look at it, you realize, but
Yeah.
life for Mandi, man. Life is good because you just wake up and you decide not just for today,
Yeah.
but for tomorrow, for next week,
Yes.
for next month.
Yes.
And then the habits, they start to follow
They start to go.
that decision.
They start to go. Well, listen, this year, I think the major word for all of us is self-work.
Self-work.
Zisebenze. Before you try and reach out and do this, zisebenze.
Because we are
inside of you.
tired. You know, right now I'm speaking from experience in terms of failing at my resolutions within the very first month. I would know, but the intention is there.
Yeah.
The intention is there. I really want to do this.
But it's the follow through.
That does it exactly. It's the follow through engenzekiyo. But now listening to us as we have this conversation, that I need to change all of that.
Yes.
And embody that person,
Right.
be that woman
Yes.
that
Yes.
I aspire, that wants $1 million by this year in
Yes,
her bank
ma'am.
account. Be that woman.
And on a spiritual level, it's biblical to prophetically decree something ahead of a season.
I just thought of something.
Yeah.
Go on, don't stop.
You are saying these things. We remember the power of life and death is in the tongue.
Absolutely.
So you prophetically decree into a season what is going to happen and what you are going to change, who you're going to be. It is a spiritual principle, for you to give this year a name. It's spiritual, as well, and it's powerful.
You've said something so powerful that it lies in your tongue to declare about your own life. Now I want to come to church themes.
Yes. Yes.
There's this
the year off.
There's Namda, I don't want to lie, that thing for me falls part of religion. This thing, the intention is good. Don't get me wrong, the intention is good. It's very good to say it is our year of grace. This thing is done in a group. And a lot of people get excited.
About this
social media gets buzzing with people from different churches who are saying different things. The pastor has said it's a year of grace. The other one, it's a year of this, or whatever. All this, the intention is good when you look at it. The intention is absolutely good, but it makes people not to do the inner work, to forget to look at themselves. And they focus on this is what
happen magically and miraculously.
Yes. This is what has been declared. And the reason why I'm saying that Abantu, they forget to do the inner work. They even rely. Most pastors during the December period is time for them to go to the mountain or wherever. Some go to hotels. They stay there for a week, month, or whatever to pray. So that they can come back and report to the people that God is saying this, meaning it takes away you owning your own life, you knowing the things that you want for your own life, you doing the inner work for your own life, because you rely on this man. And I've seen, or rather I've seen pastors having a theme that is personal. Personal. He went through things the previous year. This year he's addressing what is happening in his life,
projecting it on the church.
And then he'll say, I'm standing up, or I'm still standing. And you look at this man's life, he's the one who's standing up. And now you, Ndumiso, being a member in that church, you're excited. I'm still standing, or I'm standing up. It's my year of standing up. But this thing is personal. That is why I'm saying church themes, they rob people of their full and true potential, because now they move away from speaking life into their own lives. Exercising the power within them, and they depend on somebody else, whom is a person and can easily talk through their own experience instead of listening to God and what God says.
I get you.
The intention is good. I'll keep saying the intention may be good, but it moves away people.
I'm with you on that. I'm with you on that. My challenge with these church themes as well, these yearly themes of churches, is that if there's one Holy Spirit, why is he saying so many different things to every single church
in the city,
even in the same city?
Yeah.
If it is like that, and the Holy Spirit is said to be saying different things, then it's wrong. But there's another way of looking at this, and I was thinking about this. Some of my revelations come in the shower, and this came in the shower. With human words, we try and communicate spiritual realities, right? Human words are limited. Spiritual realities are infinite. They're big. Okay.
Yes.
Now, you find that the Holy Spirit or God is saying something to a region, even to the world. He's saying something particular, but you find people naming it differently. I don't have a problem with it being named differently if there's a golden thread.
I get you.
You know, that I can see. That, let's say God is addressing wealth in the church, for instance, in the body of Christ generally in that region. One church can say this is a year of breakthrough.
Yes.
Another church says it's the year of harvest. Another church says it's the year of affluence. Do you realize that the names, the titles are different, but it's describing one thing?
I get it.
So there are instances where that happens, that the labels are different, but the message is the same. Then I don't have a problem with churches having. But when we end up not knowing, what is God saying to us as a people here?
It ends up being a competition. You see church A, church B, members on Facebook. Everyone is like, I got this.
Becomes a branding thing.
Yeah. Yeah, it does.
Because a competition, a branding thing, it becomes something to hype up people.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I used to be hyped up.
Sometimes it's a tool for financial manipulation.
Yeah.
They declare this, let's give towards this word.
Yes. Plant.
For this word.
Plant a seed for this word.
Okay. If God directs that, it's fine. But in most instances, I can bet that it is a tool to manipulate people.
It is. It is a very big tool.
You know? No, guys.
It's a big tool.
Yeah.
You see, we always come back to inner work. Because when you look into these church themes, I wonder how one can tell the difference between a church theme that is from God, that is God speaking about a season. As you start this year, the pastor is saying it's a year of this. How then can you know?
Number one, go to God yourself.
Absolutely.
We
always say in this podcast,
we always come back to
have a personal relationship, a
personal encounter.
Absolutely.
Go to God and seek God about your year.
Yes.
Lord, what are you saying this year? There has to be some kind of synergy and confirmation in that.
Absolutely.
You understand?
And sometimes you may go to God and God confirms what your spiritual leader, what your pastor is saying, that it's a year of breakthrough or it's a year of harvest.
Whatever.
It's exactly that. Now come back to yourself. Come back to yourself and say, all right, now I've confirmed with God that this is a year of this. On a personal level, for you, what does it mean for you?
What does it mean? Break it down for yourself.
Exactly. Yeah. Because remember that the man of God is still building something bigger than... His church a business.
Yeah.
Business.
You know,
business.
You're not the only person in the church.
Yeah.
So this word from God, how do you break it down for your own life?
For yourself.
How do you interpret it for yourself? We need a personal word from God for the year.
Yeah. Yeah.
The pastor can declare and I can believe it. But number one, I would love to see some agreement and synergy in what the man of God has decreed and also what God has said to me. He might name it differently. I may interpret it differently, then it's just a matter of words.
Absolutely.
It's a matter of words. But there has to be a synergy, a confirmation, a golden thread. Indeed, the Spirit is one.
Now, coming to families, family men, I'm just wondering if other fathers, remember they say church starts at home.
Yeah.
Do fathers out there have a theme or a word for the year?
Family.
For the family now.
It should be the case, isn't it?
My dad, ukathula umbiko umadada sinkanibe.
Musho.
Declared for us, his kids, that this is the gunyaka. I'm not sure if I'm supposed to be talking family things, but this is my year. My dad declared it for us. I'm running with this theme.
Wow.
I also have got my own personal one because he said you have your own as umntana mungu Nandipa. Have your own.
Good.
I have my own.
Yeah.
I'm just wondering, do we not always just rely on spiritual leaders without listening? Oh, let me not say that because I can't always be blaming some I can't be asking such questions. I'd rather be asking questions. Fathers in your homes, do you have a word for your family? For your kids?
Because we are the priests of our houses as husbands. And as fathers, we are the prophetic voice over our children's lives.
What have you prophesied
over the children's
for
lives?
2023 over your kids' lives?
Right.
Have you? And if not, then I think you should.
Yes.
We're still in the new year.
Oh yeah, still in the beginning.
We're still in the beginning. If you have not been practicing that, and now we're excited, I'm standing. It's my year of standing up. It's about time you start having your own for yourself, for your family, and you even encourage your own family to have their individual themes or resolutions, and you take all the steps that we've been mentioning.
It is important to have vision and direction. Vision anchors you. Vision gives you direction. Vision tells you what to say no to. Vision helps you to converge your energies and not waste energy and focus on what's important.
Yes.
And this is about that vision. Like, where do you see yourself going? What do you see yourself doing? Where do you project yourself for the year? So it's all about vision. So it's critical, but let it be sourced from God and not just these nice ideas that are floating around and cliches and slogans. And so yes, it is a time for prayer, for seeking God, but also let's not pray and fast because it's fashion to do in the beginning of the year. Then we are going back to religion now.
Yeah.
It's January, let's fast. Don't do it because it's January. Do it because you are genuinely seeking a word from God for a new season. What if God tells you to fast in December and pray in December for the new year? Will you say no to God because you're waiting for January? What if God says, come and talk to me in February about certain things? When uzobambela January. No, this is January. So let's not do it out of tradition.
Yes.
Fasting and lesienza and the prayer. Let it be really a time of seeking God's will.
Yes.
Many are the plans in a man's heart, but it's the will of God that will prevail.
So let us seek that will.
Let's seek
what the will of God says for your life.
Yeah, but let's challenge ourselves. Do the self-work. Kill the negative traits. Examine our self-talk and our conversations that we are talking.
Be kind.
Examine our social circle, the people that are around us. Be kind to ourselves. Let's
practice good habits.
Good habits.
Of the person that you aspire to be. Be that person.
Hey,
what a beautiful episode.
I don't know how to be the person.
Be the person. And there's no better way to show you guys that we go through the same difficulties. It's a struggle. The struggle is real for all of us.
Yeah.
And we are here sharing with you, and we even added, if you've been listening from the beginning, the things that we want to change in our lives.
Yeah.
And we want you to be our accountability partners.
Partner, yeah.
Have an accountability partner in the
Yeah.
things that you want to do. Share with somebody whom you respect, somebody that can say, you said by this time you'll be doing this,
Yeah.
and develop those habits.
Yes.
And realize that it's I guess Ndiavala on my side.
Yeah.
And realize that it's when you're kind to yourself, every time you fall, you are able to stand right back.
Yes.
And continue. You don't say, oh, well, it is over.
Yeah. Yeah.
You realize that I'm a person. I will have moments of weakness,
Yeah.
and have that pizza, even though I said I'm no longer having junk.
Yeah.
Just continue
Yeah.
tomorrow.
Be kind of, yeah, don't give up.
Just don't give up. Because, people listening to this podcast will think, but, oh, well, I already had this plan and I already failed. Then what? Because a lot of people give up after falling the first time. No.
Yeah.
Get right back and just continue.
Back up again.
Your inner self, you will thank yourself this time or December of this year.
Absolutely.
For not giving up on yourself.
Yeah. And I've got serious goals, if I can go back to that word, about even this podcast. It means you and I are going to have to be the kind of podcasters that can embody and produce that. We talk about growing our subscription, the equipment I want us to have as well, the kind of guests I want us to have.
And you push when?
No. Quality for me is paramount. Excellence is paramount. Because I think to myself, if someone is watching this 2 years later, will they enjoy it or will they cringe listening to the sound?
And that is why, guys, we love hearing from you.
Yeah.
That is why it's very important for us to hear what you think. You can advise us,
Absolutely.
You can suggest, you can come through and be a guest. This is our podcast.
Yeah.
It's yours as well.
Yeah.
Because we're addressing issues that we all go through.
Yeah. And since the time we began, we've never had guests. But now you're going to start seeing guests on the UnChristian podcast.
And I hope you're one of them, you listening or you watching. I hope you're one of them.
Yeah. Come and sit with us. Come and talk to us. As from the next episode, we've got a guest that's going to come through and another one and another one. Yes, we'll still have episodes where it's just the two of us talking. But we're going to have different people come in here and share wisdom and be part of the conversation. But
absolutely.
Let's win. Let's win this year.
We are winning this year.
Let's win.
Yeah, we are declaring from the podcast. Declare Mfundisi.
Yeah, declaring.
We are winning this year. Mfundisi has declared.
Yes.
This year, we are winning.
We are winning.
Thank you, Mdase.
Bless you.
We
Subscribe,
love you guys.
Like, share, tell people about the podcast, and we're going to see you on the next one. Thank you so much.
Goodbye.